All right, welcome back. It's 39 past now. Dr. Tracy, thank you for coming back and joining us today. Copper is here. He's got his holiday hat on. As soon as he decides to sit back up again, he's fine. You know, now we have to ask, you know, our pets are such a part of our celebrations. They're part of our families. A lot of times, though, this time of the year, there's a lot of questions about safety for our pets. I think one of the first one is, we can take a look at this, pets and plants. There's always a lot of questions about, you know, pets and plants, you know, which ones are deadly, which ones can they have maybe just a little ingestion of without freaking out? How do people handle pets and plants?
Well, I would always call your vet if you have questions. If your pets ingest, or you think they may have ingested something like a poinsettia, holly, ivy, even artificial Christmas trees.
Really?
You know, those have lights on them. They have artificial needles. So I would be really in tune with what your pet could have gotten into, and call your veterinarian right away.
Okay, and obviously if there's signs of distress, call your vet right away also on that. Another one that, you know, speaking of the trees, pets and ornaments. I mean, my goodness, garland, tinsel's not big as it used to be, but it's still there.
There's still some tinsel. Garland is really big. Ornaments, you know, cloth ornaments with bells, with sequins, with all kinds of different materials that could get potentially stuck.
Yeah, and cats, of course, you know, love playing with ornaments.
And with strings.
Yeah, and I always worry about them, you know, if they break something. I mean, normally you'd think they'd be smart enough to not step in it, but just in case, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and another one that, you know, holiday feasting, everybody wants to eat. And I know a lot of folks like to give their dogs and their cats the leftovers and the bones. You know, what's the rule of thumb when it comes to like leftover holiday bones?
I would usually, unless your pet grew up or is accustomed to eating bones, I would avoid giving bones, because they can splinter, they can, you know, tear up the intestines, or potentially get stuck in your dog or cat if you give them bones.
Yeah, and you don't want that to happen. And finally, the last one, and holiday gift giving season, and a lot of folks are like, I want to give a pet as a present. You know, first off, is that a good idea?
Usually not, unless you've talked about it thoroughly with them. You know, having a pet is a full-time job.
Yes.
You know, it's not like getting a house plant for a Christmas present. It's a big commitment of time and energy and bonding with them. So a lot of times people like to pick out their own pets, think about it thoroughly, talk about it as a family, and make that decision on their own.
Now, if they do, are there better ways to introduce a pet to the family during the holidays? Because it's such a stressful time.
Yeah, there's a lot of coming and going, so making sure you are going to be home. You're not going to be traveling out of town and taking a new animal with you, so they can get used to being at home, and just making it as stress-free as possible. So maybe waiting to the new year is a little bit better.
Maybe just doing a promissory note to the kids that, you know, you've been bugging Santa and he got the word to us. All right. Well, Dr. Tracy, I want to thank you so much. I know that it's a busy time of the year. Copper looks like he's ready to run in the snow, right?
Yeah.
You said that you actually get to go skiing with him?
Yeah, we take him skiing. He's a sled dog, so he has his own little harness, and he pulls us on skis. So that's important too, to make sure you're getting your pets outside over the holidays too.
Excellent. All right. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, Copper. You were wonderful, buddy. You were absolutely wonderful. All right. And coming up, we're going to have more fun. Ashley Kirkland, he's ready to go. Ashley Kirkland is at the DeVos Art Museum this morning. We're going to take a look at more of the senior exhibits in just a moment.